Before we get into today's episode, I want to take a minute to introduce you to our sponsor for this episode. This is a D&D podcast that is much better than ours. The Homebrew, a D&D play podcast. The major difference between theirs and ours is that theirs is a sci-fi themed D&D adventure. So if you're all caught up on your weekly podcast, I want you to do something for me. I want you to stop. Yeah, pause the episode right now and go find them. They're on Spotify, on iTunes. You can also check my show notes for all the links where they're available. Okay, thanks for doing that. Now, on to the show. Last time, on Lawful Stupid, the boulder is about 10 feet from you, and suddenly it stops midair. As you look to your right, there is one of the earthbending druids, bloodied, an arm raised as his hand shakes, and he throws it back toward the stone giant, knocking it to the ground. You're left standing on this stage. To the south, 2 halflings and 3 humans walk in. To the east are 2 Goliaths, 3 elves, and a Triton. They all have these glowing white eyes. As they look at you, they have like these smiles, just barely teeth showing, and they sniff into the air and begin to walk toward you. You're boot scooting and boogieing all the way to what looks like just another section of the woods. But this new agent walks over to a tree. You inscribe a symbol, and that symbol begins to glow and turns into a wooden door.
And then she opens the door and gestures them in.
I write in my book, Dr. Enoch, which question should Lucian ask to get out of our predicament? Professor Peacock says, find a safe place to regroup. Ask Nova if you're safe where you are.
See, it's a safe house is the problem. So I'm going to assume that based on the name, that's fine.
And the top of this tree that you're in is ripped apart. As the stone giant begins to reach in, you see something go through his head, one side out the other. The giant falls to the ground, and then the door at the front opens up. And you see a figure, and he says, nice digs. And Breeze has shown up. Last episode we talked about this, and we've already got the recap. But he's just so cool.
It's cool as fuck.
I guess.
And he walks into the situation, and so now this cool air from outside, snow that's been billowing in, during your entire trip, during the competition, you feel that enter into this safe house that reflects the beautiful and elaborate and ornate things that Miss B would have in her digs. It reflects her because she was rolled and determined to have the strongest personality at the time, and so all of the things in this room are very much like her room at the KNG, and they.
But it's just like the will and size of your heart to be a Keyblade master. It can fluctuate from moment to moment. So I'll be coming for you, Riku, to take back what is mine, including my friends Donald and Goofy, who have abandoned me here in my darkest hour.
Say la vie.
So you said there's a cold wind blowing in. Would you say that a cool breeze has just come in?
The coolest of breezes has just come in.
I thought for sure that's what he was saying until he referenced the snow.
Yeah, until he's like, it's actually.
Let me just be real honest with you. Didn't get that even from myself, and I'm usually pretty with it.
Oh, no.
So, moving on. I'm just go ahead and get Nekava off this call real quick.
Goodbye!
See, it was real fun.
Goodbye forever, miss you always.
Your character's hit by the said train we've been waiting on.
Shouldn't have waited on the tracks. That's a fool's move.
Oh, no.
Hi, Breeze!
Hey, how's it going, partner? Good to see you there.
It's good to see you. How you been?
Cracking you.
Yeah, I noticed a while back, but I figured you were here for good. So.
There's some evil in the wind, and I tell you, it's more exciting than I've had to deal with some things in a while.
I reckon I feel the same way, partner.
You don't have to talk like that. That's just just
Lucian begins to adapt Breeze's mannerisms, so he's just all
puts his hands on his holsters that don't exist. as he talks.
Yeah, he just gets a little Matthew McConaughey-ish.
All right. Hey,
no.
Luke, we talked about this, bud. You have to be yourself. That's what people want to see.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
I know. I get it.
I just spent so many months studying.
Moons. I'd say moons because it's a lot. Because there's 2 of them, so it's 2 times whatever the days are.
That's true. I spent so many moons just studying you and trying to emulate you that it happens.
He walks over, put his hand on his shoulder, and says, "Doing good work, pal." Now,
I judo flip him.
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
How do you attempt to do this? Like, are you like grabbing?
Well, I feel like he just puts his hand on my shoulder and just like instinct, I just go, and toss him over.
He actually uses the substitution jutsu, and he's just a log of wood.
But I flip the fuck out of that log of wood.
And then he appears behind you, and he sweeps your legs.
Oh no. Well, it's good to know that that's what a natural 20 will do.
Well, I was reading the rules, and actually it says that you don't count natural 20s on that. It just is a nat, and then if it's a higher roll than that, and Breeze takes more than that.
I'm saying 23 is my best.
Guys.
I can't do better than 23.
You were reading the rules?
I did once. For 6, I was just seeing how it compared to 6E.
For 6E?
6E. No, I read 5E.
Okay.
The old rules.
Okay.
Just
He
to help him as
verbatim
part of-
quoted some rules.
Wait, what?
As his job as part of D&D, Wizards of the Coast's onboarding team for 6th edition, he was required
You have to look,
read
man.
the 5th edition.
You got to take one rule from the game and pass it on into your edition.
He just
tradition.
wanted to
Look it
have
up.
that one moment where, for once, he's the one correcting Chainsaw on the rules. Like just once.
Ooh.
Hey, can I just be honest with you guys for another
He was
second?
just using my own words against me from campaign 2.
I don't know if that was the rules. I just took a shot in the dark.
We slowly roll back to 5e as he gets it.
No, he was just playing telephone with the rules. That's what's happening.
All right.
It's just something I remember Dwayne saying in campaign.
I went back and listened to every episode we had.
Question, Breeze. If you've been here this whole time, why weren't you shooting people near us this entire time? Instead of dramatically right when we're about to fight one.
I wasn't as cool.
I have been, partner. You just didn't see it. But listen.
There was that one that was beating on the top of the maze the entire time.
Oh, that's
Did
boy
you
I
miss
just took
him?
out
Yeah,
for
but you didn't see his 70 brothers and sisters, did
There's
you?
a lot more than... Yeah, you got it spot on there, Gail. There's a lot more than things coming this way. And what you say is like, they're much stronger than you think. We got to get out of here, and that's what I'm saying. I come here to help. I've been trailing you because I got news. We got to get on the train. We got to get out of here. There's nothing else we can do.
already have
We're
the
waiting on the
ticket.
train, so
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
you got a way
And
to speed that up, partner.
he looks over at Belto. You punched it in. You're good to go?
Yeah, of course.
Well, how long you been waiting?
I don't know.
Too long.
10 minutes?
It's been, I don't know, like 10, 20 minutes.
1 week. I'm not going to go into the song. Sorry.
That's my guess because we did ritual stuff. So
Yeah, we did ritual spells, so I'm assuming at least 10 minutes.
All right. Well, I guess we just
20 minutes tops.
They're headed this way, so we need to take up some arms and do what we can to fight
Yeah,
off.
real quick question, Breeze.
Mhm.
I just like scratch out a name. Can you sign my book here, please?
Oh, okay, that's a weird request, but
No, it's
whatever for you guys. I
The
do
old John
appreciate.
Hancock.
Okay,
Okay,
and
perfect.
just Breeze works for you.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. It'll work perfectly. That's
All
a
right, there you
surprise
go.
tool for later. Thanks.
All right. Well, everyone loves a
It's
good
his
surprise
death note.
tool.
He's going to die.
Oh, fuck.
Here's your book, and you open it, and it's just like someone shooting a finger at you. No, I'm kidding. He wrote his name. He wrote-
That stands for Breeze. I believe it. He's
What's
so
that
cool.
weird wing dude doing flying behind you there, William?
I mean, it is a bird.
It is a bird.
Why is it eating apples, William?
Perfect.
And then he says, he stops. And he says, I can stop one. But there's a couple other of them giants and some more in this way. So it's a fight I guess we're going to have to put up until that train gets here. And if you can hear, very similar to the first scream at the maze when the contest started.
I start casting a ritual spell. I need 10 minutes. You tell me if I get 10 minutes before these things approach me.
Well, I think tell Breeze like what you got planned, so that way it's like these guys know we got to go buy some time.
Oh, hey Breeze, I'm gonna jump into one of these dudes. Buy me 10 minutes.
All right, that sounds a little tricky, but okay. Just need to keep them away from you.
Yeah. 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna go jump into them. It's gonna be great.
Okay, so he looks at all of you, Lucian.
So I have a plan.
Okay.
You're very skilled in close combat, but you're a long-range marksman, so you should leave and support us from afar, and then Miss B and I and Nikova's character, whose name
Beltoll.
I will remember when Devin says it to me. Beltoll?
No.
Bellator?
Toll. Like
Beltoll. The Beltolls. Got it. Beltoll. Okay. So me, Miss B, Beltoll will stay here and protect William so that he can do his thing while you support us from afar.
I guess a couple things did rub off on you. All right, I'll take my leave, but don't leave without me. I got to catch this train back too.
Absolutely.
And so, with that moment, he'll kind of take off. He'll look left and right, and you see him head for a grouping of trees about quarter mile, half mile off to the right, and he just takes off in a jog with that, and you see his falcon fly over as well.
Hey, so I'm just trying to keep track of time here, Devin, and I got me at about 20 minutes left on warding bond. Does that sound right to you?
If you cast it when did you cast it again?
I cast it before we started running towards the safe house.
You would have.
I grabbed Miss B's hand and be like, "Hey, stay close."
No, it would be over because you guys there's like a 5-mile trek to it, so it would have been over by this point.
Okay, got it.
Cool beans. Let's lay traps.
That's not really my area of expertise, but I'll help.
Yeah, if we look outside the door, how close are these things?
You're kind of standing on top of a hill, and you see it kind of dips down, flattens out, goes back up, and you see that they are on the opposite that hill that kind of rises up, and I would say they're about half mile from you. Again, snow coming down even a little bit harder. Any footprints you had before are now disappearing, but it's obvious there's kind of some smoke coming up from the trees where it was ripped off by the stone giant. It lays there next to you, dead as well.
And there are more stone giants coming that we can kind of see from far away?
There are 2 more that you see with a smaller group of individuals, and there's probably 10 or 12 of them. They're varying sizes.
Do we have trees around us?
Just that group off to the right that Breeze is running toward. Actually, you're in a group of trees as well, because that's kind of where it was tucked away, this hideout. So yeah, you're in a small group of trees as well.
Breeze, combat rule number 34. Take stock, assess the situation, inventory your merits. So what do you have? We have magic items and stuff, right? What do we got? Anybody got anything slippery? Anybody got anything sharp? Anybody got any...
Got some oil, we could set things on fire.
Oh, oil would be lovely. You could set oil on this hill, and then it'd be slippery for them to get up, and then I have fire magics, and I'll just set it ablaze once they get here.
We can put down the ropes around the trees and trip up the giants and possibly the others if we put it loaded enough. If anybody else has more, we can do more.
I used my rope up in the mountain climbing challenge.
Belto will pull her rope out of her pouch or her bag and toss it over for this. But I have another question for the DM. So the part of this tree was like torn apart. Are there like perchance large branches or large like chunks of tree laying about?
Lots, yes.
Okay. She's going to, without really consulting the others, because it's how she do, she's going to go and start dragging tree branches and things to create kind of like a tiered, like, layers of cover, right? So, like, there's a tree branch here, and there's some space, and there's another, like, tree branch or some debris, and another space.
Okay, it's kind of like little defensible walls or kind of at least the little barriers to get behind. Okay.
And I can roll, you know, a strength-based skill for that if you'd like.
No, I think if you, knowing your character, you are able to do that. Now, I would say you're able to get up about 3. Wherever you want to place them, if you want to place them, like, distances out or just in a line, whatever you choose to do, you are able to do that. I'd say they're about 3 feet tall as well.
Okay. We're going to put one, like, about maybe 30 feet in front of the door.
Okay.
Like, directly in front of the door, so anybody standing in the doorway will get, like, you know, kind of partial cover from that.
Yeah.
And then about 30 feet from that, a longer line of the other two next to each other.
Okay. At this time, actually, let's see, Miss B, I'll let you take an action, and then we'll go into kind of what the group does.
I'll go set up a rope between the trees that they can maybe trip on. That is like the direct path towards us at this house.
Okay, we're going to say you kind of like hide them in the snow a little bit. Kind of just like tripwires. Is there anything you want to place with those or just tripwires?
Basically just tripwires for them.
Okay.
Ropes because they're giant stone golem thingies. Okay. Don't like them.
Here's what happens. The stone golems, or stone giants rather, stop on the opposite hill. And they are just staring, that creepy smile in your direction. And the smaller group also halts. And they're kind of looking around. And then all at once, very quickly, look in your direction. And almost as like they're in unison, stone giants both reach down with the right hand, look in your direction, calculate, and then throw these stones. I think that you guys have been hiding pretty well. The snow's blowing pretty hard, so they're at a disadvantage when they throw this. And just based on my rolls, it wouldn't matter even if you did roll to like for your ACs to get hit. And so these stones are as tall as you are, 5-6 feet tall at least, roll into your area, but none of you are hit. And then the group continues to walk forward, and they're about a quarter mile away from you now.
Miss B?
Yes.
I need you to do the oil, but I need you to do it in strips.
Okay.
Can you do that in like horizontal strips facing one side of the hill?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to go down, and I'm going to play a little game of tag with the giants, and I'm going to rope-a-dope them in a zigzag formation to buy us the most time, hopefully set up Breeze for some shots, but then I'm going to run back up the hill, but because I know where the grease is and it's in horizontal strips, I should be able to jump the gaps up the hill and then set them ablaze as they chase me. That's my plan.
Avoid the rope tripwire.
Yes.
And she will do this.
Okay.
And I'm going to start just running down the hill towards the giants.
Okay. I'm going to give you all like an action before I move into the group.
I was just going to say that Beltol will set up like just in front of the furthest cover that she set up, right? It's like a good 60 feet away from the door, and draw her sword and just kind of like be ready to be like the front line of defense.
Okay, so you're going to ready an action to attack. What do you want? Just when a baddie comes within range?
Yeah, I would like to. I don't know if I can ready to rage and also attack, but that's kind of what I want to do.
We'll see what happens when we get there. You can ready. It would be like a bonus action, but we could still.
Yeah. But it kind of depends on how long it takes. But
okay. Yeah. And Miss B.
She'll set up the oil for Lucian. Otherwise, she'll run back and take cover probably behind one of the boulders because they're big and a lot sturdier than those branches.
Okay. And with that, we know that William is still working on his ritual spell. And we're going to say he's about...
The cape is billowing, though. Looks super cool.
Always. The stone giants, they reach into the ground. But they aren't able to make any different moves than you see. The group is coming down, and they're very close. They're about 100 feet from Lucian at this time. And back to you guys.
I'm just gonna peel off in one direction, kind of probably opposite of where Bree's tree cluster is, and see if I can get them to follow me. And I'll just hoop and holler the whole time, like, "Hey, pebbles for brains!"
Oh, and they're pissed.
Like,
they're
look back
so
at Miss
mad
B.
now.
Your mothers were sandstone, and your dads were igneous rock.
So pissed. You're getting it next turn.
I'm just running. Just 80 feet a turn running.
Miss B, Belto? Still standing fast?
Yep, still gonna stand fast. Not close enough for me to happily hit with an arrow without taking a disadvantage. Don't want that yet.
Okay.
Beltol?
Gonna see and keep track of where Miss B is hiding. And kind of position myself so that I can be within 30 feet of her, should I need to use an ability I have that has that range. But still just kind of like waiting for it to hit. Like, I don't know what to tell you. My class doesn't have too much that's not direct melee. So, hanging out and waiting for them to come in range.
Okay. I think that they've made it, this first group, Lucian, to the very first stage of where your oil zigzags would be.
Okay. I thought that was... So in my head, I was on kind of the flat terrain right now, kind of kiting the golems, and the oil would have been in strips on the hill as like a last line of defense.
Yeah, so they've come down the hill, because I imagine, so if you think about it, like you went into the valley, the giants on this other hill throwing across, and so they stopped on the hill, you've gone down into the valley to come back up to your hill, correct?
No, I'm strafing through the valley to try to draw the golems away from Breeze and the cabin.
Okay, well they haven't, so once they've gotten to the top of the hill, they haven't moved. They're just throwing long distance.
Okay.
That group, as you've gone down to the valley, have now sort of locked onto you.
Okay.
And so if you have set that up, they are trailing behind you. Is that right?
Yes.
So then you have now behind you that oil. So they've reached that. So I don't know if there's anything special that you're doing with that now as they've gotten to the front of that line.
So they're going to have to try to not trip on it first. And then what would that put me distance-wise from them?
So you were already to 80 feet. I mean, and I think if you're taking that every turn, you're probably 120 feet away from them.
Well, I'm not going to run if they're not chasing me.
No, they are pursuing you, but they are just walking. They're just like...
So I'm trying to kite them. So like Lucian would know with their relative speed versus his relative speed, what would be kind of like a safe distance.
Okay.
Because he's watching them chase him at this point. So about how much are they moving every turn?
They're moving their 30 feet each turn.
They're moving 30 feet. Okay. So what Lucian will do then is instead of like kiting out the full 80 feet he can move, he'll stay 60 feet out so that he can kind of still be effective.
Okay.
And as soon as they hit that patch of oil, he'll cast Fairy Fire on that group. Okay. That is a dex save.
So I'm going to roll
which
it.
I don't know if they get disadvantage of that because they're in oil.
Well, and they fall, so they've slipped. So this group has got if
they're prone, they definitely have disadvantage on their dex save.
Yes, and so what's happening now is they've come down the hill, they've reached the bottom, and their eyes are just locked on you. That creepy smile, just following you.
It's very unsettling.
And they do reach. They don't even look down. They reach that spot where you've placed the oil and begin to slip into it, almost clamoring. It's not even. They're not surprised by it. but they're not
there's
gaining foot, and they just keep slipping.
any way to keep moving forward. They're just going to try to do.
Let's
Okay.
see. So group 1, what do I need? I need to roll.
You're looking for a 14 on a Dex disadvantage.
Both fail that. So fairy fire effects. We're going to say group 1 is 5 of these individuals, and group 2 is 6 of them.
So they are now all kind of glowing with this ethereal glow, and all attacks on them, while I maintain concentration, are going to have advantage. Also, if there was anything invisible in the AoE, it's now revealed. Didn't think so, but you gotta say it.
And then nothing is invisible because I did a head that shook my head. You notice that when you cast this and they're falling, and it seems comical almost, like these powerful things are just slipping and falling, but you cast Fairy Fire and it's successful. They begin to grow in size as they are, this light is bouncing all around them, and I even think the light is passing between them now as they glow, and they begin to grow one additional size. And it's almost like their strength is renewed as they stop and stand, and then that's when you hear it. The sound of a train whistle that is so ominous and into your core. William, your 10 minutes has gone by.
How far away are they from me?
They're bottom of the hill, I would say 120 feet.
Oh, fuck me. You're not gonna get anywhere near us by the time this train comes up. Okay, cool.
Well, we gotta remember, we all still have to get to you where the train is. So they might chase us up to you.
Okay, well,
I don't know if you can hold on to that and just wait, but...
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's on me for a while.
Okay.
I'm gonna move up to the front of the line, 30 feet forward. So basically, my goal is the first one that gets within 30 feet of me, I'm gonna charge. But since I got time, since they're 120 feet away, I'm gonna lob a fucking fireball down into them.
And they're covered in oil.
Okay, and then so I'm just gonna do it for 2 groups again. And
sure.
They're gonna fail.
Number to beat is 15.
Yeah, they both fail.
All right. They're going to take 29 fire damage. Plus whatever the oil is going to do.
The oil does, yeah. Usually an extra D6 of fire damage is the rule.
Yep. It's going to be like a huge fucking explosion.
These fireballs shoot off down the mountain. They light up this snowy area as the snow begins to fall even more. And as it hits the bottom, there is a giant explosion almost. And you see even the 2 stone giants that are on the hill cover their eyes and take a few steps backwards. And all you see is fire at the bottom. And you see the flames begin to absorb into the skin of all of these creatures. And now they have these red, almost tribal veins flowing up and through their body. And they continue to press forward toward you. Now they're midways up your hill, almost reaching your first barricade. And then the train whistle blows again. And Ginger will have some creepy noise we talked about. We'll go for that.
Okay.
Well, since they're closer and I feel like it's up to my turn kind of close again, I'm going to fire arrows, especially any of them that are tailing close to Lucian. Because don't want them on him. He's my precious tiny boy.
I will roll. Okay, go ahead. You can attack
tiny boy.
whichever group 1, group 2 that you want. Group 1 has less people in them.
I think group 1's the closer one, right? So she'll be doing that group because they're closer to Lucian. Short bow. Cool. None of them hit. It's just gonna be a 10.
Yeah, no, I think it does. That does hit. You hit up front. There is a dwarf, and he's carrying an axe in his hand. And when you shoot, it hits him in the shoulder, and he lets out a scream. And sort of that red fire, that red color that had made his veins almost glow that color, sort of dissipates a little bit. How much damage does it take?
9.
Okay. And he just keeps walking. He doesn't do anything with the arrow. It's just in his shoulder as it traipses up the mountain or up the hill.
Cool. Miss B will be doing that. Otherwise, that's it for my turn.
Lucian is booking it back to the safe house at 120 feet per turn.
And I think you make it back, and you see that there is a door open on the opposite wall that wasn't there before. And it leads into a dark space, and there is smoke kind of billowing out into this room, but is now billowing out up and out of the tree that has been ripped off.
Beltol is gonna shout back to the others and she's gonna say, "Get on the train. I'll hold them back as long as I can. Just hurry." And then charge forward as Lucian passes her. And
William laughs at that.
not William, I'm sorry, Lucian. Lucian passes her. I said the wrong name.
No, you said Lucian. No. Lucian turns around. What are you talking about?
I got this. Don't worry. No, it's fine. I will be the last person.
Lucian's just going to set up a defensive position next to William.
Cool.
Perfect.
I was just gonna say that
and take the dodge action.
yeah. So she's just gonna be charging forward with her sword raised at this point. So
Okay.
All right. That's a problem.
I know that they're 120 feet out, so she can't quite make it there in one
Are
turn.
you taking just your standard move, or are you using dash to get there faster?
Using dash, but it's still only 60 feet.
Okay.
Oh, actually, it's
Unarmored
80
movement,
feet.
80
Sorry.
feet.
I'm gonna miss you.
Miss B?
I was like, why are we all being sacrificial at this point in time? Let's go! So she doesn't have to stay out too long either.
Okay. And so I guess you're skedaddling back is what I'm hearing.
She's gonna walk backwards and shoot her arrows and just watch and make sure her boys come back with her. Otherwise, she's gonna be like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to sit here and defend these nerds for now until they come back with me.
Yeah, here's what I have in my head, and tell me if I'm wrong. There is one of these barricades just kind of outside the opening of this tree that you guys were in the safe house. In front of 30 feet in front of that is another barricade, and 30 feet in front of that is another barricade. They've kind of traipsed up the mountain like that. William and Lucian are behind that first one, very close to the entrance of the safe house. I picture Miss B is at the second one and kind of making her way back to the boys, shooting arrows.
Shooting arrows as she goes.
And then I have Beltol, who has moved from the second one into the fray.
Yep.
And that's where we are. So now we move to the group. And the group...
And Breeze
is in the trees.
In the sticks Breeze is in the trees with all of the golems highlighted and glowing, perfect targets. And a maneuver that perhaps Lucian and Breeze have practiced.
The golems. I keep calling them, they're giants. The one on the right, as you look at the hill, picks up a stone and sees an easy target down, a fish in the barrel at the bottom of the valley, Beltol, and throws this stone. That is a 17 to hit.
That does hit.
I did not imagine that I would have to destroy you like this. Let me go look up a stone.
Did not imagine you would be squished in such a way.
Stone giant real quick. You guys should be so proud that I'm actually attacking you and not letting this just go by the wayside.
I'm always proud of you, Devin, no matter what you do.
I'll never say that. All right. Okay.
So that's a lot of.
Do I have that many dice? Hold on.
You can do it in D&D Beyond. You're fine.
I haven't got to roll it, so 8, 10. Actually, we might get 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20. It's 21 bludgeoning damage. Can you roll a strength saving throw for me?
Oh, you better be on the flow. Should be pretty strong. That's a barbarian.
That's a 21.
Okay, you're good. So you take the 20 that damage. And now the group has descended upon you, and
I'm sorry, can you tell me the number of that damage again? It was 20...
21.
Okay. She doesn't seem phased.
So the first group that ascends upon you, I think you're dodging, parrying, moving backwards. Maybe you see that this is not a good position to be in, but the second group has come around from the other side and found a blind spot and will do a series of attacks.
Whew.
You are surrounded.
You are a freaking lucky person. I rolled an 8, 11, 7, 5, 8. I don't guess any of those hit.
For me? No.
Yes.
She knew something we didn't.
Okay. So they also are attacking, but you're adept enough to be able to turn and block all of their attacks as well. And the train bellows one more time, and you hear last call.
Oh, it's here.
Time to run on.
William cast fog cloud on her, on Beltol. 60 feet of fog, making it impossible for anything to see in there. And then shouts, "You did good, champ! Come on back now!"
Okay.
Does he hear a response?
Yeah, her callback will just be...
Tell my story.
Just... I'm on the way. Go get on the train.
Okay, boys, she wants to die. William turns and heads towards the train. Like, if the train is here, I don't have to stall time anymore. I'm out.
Miss B's out. However, she'll send fucking Summer. It's like, what's my pet's name right now? Summer to go help her out. She'll wait outside the cloud to help her back up. Otherwise, booking it to train.
Okay.
Oh, William's walking. He is walking to the train.
Miss B comes up behind, running, pushing him on the back. Go, 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 go.
No need to shove. No need to shove. Okay,
Lucian runs down the hill
Okay.
into the fog.
into the fog.
And then
I mean, I'm gonna try to grab Beltol and drag her out of there.
Okay.
The fog, by the way, does not overpower fairy
Right.
fire.
You
Fairy
still
fire
see
still
them.
keeps them as illuminated like when somebody's pinged on your map in a first-person shooter, it would still stick out.
Yeah. Okay. I think you
Yeah, because it's just fog. It's not like super
and
dense.
you can travel how far?
I can manage 120 feet in a turn one more time.
So if you want to use
Other
that,
than that,
you'll
80
get to her. If you don't, you won't make it to her. She is that.
Well, I'm
100
going to use it.
Okay, so you make it 120 feet, and you were there. You're able to find her.
Lucian's eyes don't glow anymore.
You're able to find her in this chaos, in this battlements, and with the fog surrounding you. But you're also able to see all of the individuals almost completely surrounding you. But you've managed your way in to make it to Beltol.
Yeah, I'm going to try to grab her and go. I mean,
All right.
there's no time to mince words.
Okay, so you made it there, but that's your move, right? Or is that a feature?
It's a feature that allows me to use the dash action again. So I had to use my action to dash, my bonus action to dash again, and all 40 feet of my movement to move 120 feet. I'm tapped.
Yes, you're there now. Miss B.
While he's running, though, can she have attacked these creatures with her giant sword?
Yes, I'm going to come to you next, and you'll be able to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Miss B is going to try and stall the guy now, so the train doesn't leave without the rest of the group.
Okay, so are you walking through the door?
You're gonna go look for the conductor.
She's going to go over there and, like, stall the train now. However she can do that.
That's a good point.
She's gonna straight mom.
Will
Like, no, my babies are not on board yet. This train is not leaving.
Basically, yeah, it ain't leaving until everyone's on board. And where the fuck is Breeze? I don't know, but he said don't leave without him.
He sure did.
And he ain't here either.
That's just so everyone's tracking why, Lucian, he ran down the hill again because Breeze said, don't leave without me. And Breeze is Lucian's ride or die.
Well, yeah, Miss B is now stalling the conductor of the train so we don't leave without everybody else.
You walk through the doorway, and all of the commotion disappears. It's just silence. All that remains
I don't like that.
is silence. And there's Kristoff Shindo. No, in front of you.
Whisper my name, and I shall be there.
Remember that time I told you to download the Homebrew, a D&D Play podcast? Well, did you? No? Why doesn't anyone listen to me? It's for your own good. I just want to say that the Homebrew, a D&D Play podcast is worth your time. I've listened to a couple episodes myself, and I really dig it. I really enjoy it. I'm really impressed by the audio quality. Let's be honest. When you started Lawful Stupid, you were not impressed by the audio quality. We even had to put in there a qualifier saying, hey, you might want to skip a few episodes. But you know what? The audio quality of the Homebrew, a D&D Play podcast, did not disappoint me in any way. Also, the story is extremely compelling. Unlike us, these guys obviously care about their show, and you can tell. The Homebrew, a D&D Play podcast, is a sci-fi skinned adventure. They do release episodes weekly, which I love because I hate going 2 weeks or so between episodes of my favorite shows. Most everything in this story is reskinned and brewed for this pod specifically. So you're going to run into a lot of unique stuff in this game. Just to name a few things that you're in for: cyber battle pits, space dinosaurs, ancient lost technologies, and of course, all manner of sci-fi antics. You can also find them on Twitch as The Homebrew D&D. Again, that's The Homebrew, a D&D Play podcast. And now, back to the show. In front of you is this translucent looking locomotive, and you can almost see through the walls of this thing. And you see in front of you on the train is like our chandeliers, like it's a fancy car. What would you call it? A car of this train. And you see children dancing and laughing, and you see some older, we'll call them geriatrics, sitting in different places. And there is a long table in the middle that has a lot of food on it. You can't hear them, but you can see them. And it appears to be the only car currently that you can get on.
Miss B is so confused. She's like, I just need to figure out how to not make this thing go.
She holds on to it.
I don't know.
Use your womanly guiles.
Yeah, go find buttons.
There is just an open door that has slid open on this blue, translucent blue car in front of you.
Go in through that door.
Okay, and you go in, and suddenly
And the train begins to depart.
You hear the laughing of the children who are kind of chasing each other. You hear a couple of the older individuals saying, "Calm down or sit down. And we can't act like this." Just things that they would tell children as they're acting up. Now we'll go over to Peltol. The madness around you is crazed, and you thought you were alone, and then you feel the hand of Lucian on your shoulder.
She's just like, I feel like she was already kind of in the process of starting to attack as he was running up, and then feels his hand and is going to go ahead and attack anyway. Just hitting two of these brightly colored things.
Okay.
Because they have the
Yeah, I'm just going to give it to
fairy
you.
fire.
So you reach out and you're able to attack. There's a taller figure. Let's say it's about 7 feet tall in front of you. So you're able to hit that one. And then next to it is a shorter one, about 3 feet tall, that you're able to hit.
Cool. I'll go ahead and use two attacks
just for the folks
and
that
hit both of those. Sorry, go ahead.
just for the folks at home, just want to set the stage here. We are currently in a group of giants and also corrupted just races of men, like dwarves and elves and
halflings and Goliaths,
golems, gnomes, that kind of thing. So when you say you hit the tall one and then hit the 3-foot one, you mean she hit a giant and then she hit like a gnome,
like a Goliath and then a halfling or something of that sort. Yes.
Okay, so these are still people. We're not dealing with the giants. Right
Yeah,
now.
the giants are still way up on
the
a hill.
giants never left the hill because they're just rock throwing boys. Got
The
it.
rock boys.
Now I'm there. Now everybody's tracking. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt, Nekatha.
No, that's all right. So she has 2 attacks per turn. I don't know if I'm...
Yeah, roll damage for me.
Oh, okay. I was starting to roll with advantage, but I can just roll damage instead. Aw. My first damage is only 6.
Okay.
And the second one is
Did you
11.
rage?
I'll let you have it.
Yes.
You were so mad that you thought everyone left you.
Because you're not getting the
Plus
plus 2 melee damage that you get when you rage, according to D&D Beyond.
I actually get
So
a plus
maybe-
3.
Yeah, it's just that
Okay.
pretty
Did
roll.
you click the rage button?
Yeah, I just
Because it should put that on automatically once you do that.
don't fully know how to work the D&D Beyond. I'll figure that out in a little bit.
That's fair.
Yeah,
right now, we'll
so-
just add the 3 directly
Add 6 to
onto it.
that.
So that's 9 and 14.
All right, I think
two attacks.
what you see as you swipe the small figure, because it's just lights bouncing around right now, you see that it chops at the wrist. There's a light that disconnects from that body, and it lands on the ground, and then that light fades out of that part. Presumably you cut off a piece of its body.
So you're saying the whole body was glowing, but when the hand got cut
this
off,
piece
it
fell,
stopped
the hand
glowing.
fell, and it stopped glowing.
Was this is because of fairy fire?
Yes.
Yes. Understood.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
This is not some like sweet Devon world building
This is
thing.
sure.
That's
Fire.
what I was. That's
No.
what I had to double check for. I was like, wait a second.
No, this is your fairy fire.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, she's then gonna look at Lucian and just, are you an idiot? And then gonna
Yeah.
like start running
It's
with
been
him
said.
like back up the hill. I know she can't see much right now, but like you can tell like where the incline is, right? Like she knew where behind her was, so finding her way back up.
Well, it's roughly illuminated by the fairy fire, so you can see enough to run. You can see enough to avoid.
Yeah, and go in
them.
the opposite direction, presumably.
Yeah.
All right, colorful things
Yeah.
that way. That way must be good. And so, okay, so you attack. So back up to William.
I get on this train, on this locomotive. Is there anybody important looking?
No, like I said, lots of
Like somebody that would be in charge?
lots of children and older folks.
Mm-hmm. So nobody important then. Got it. I look around the train. In traditional sense, is there like a bus railing that with one of the emergency stops
There's
on
not.
it? Like a lane? Okay. All right, great. I open up my book. And then in it, I lick my finger, or I lick my pen, and I write, "Breeze, train is here. Get the fuck here. Love, William.
P.S.
Also, hurry.
Last call.
Lucian is buying time."
Does he hear this in his head?
Yes.
Okay.
And then he thinks back, and his words show up on the page.
Okay.
Oh, Lucian is buying time. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We go over
He's
to.
doing his best.
We go over to. I want to see Miss B real quick.
I picked who Breeze likes more, so
smart.
it's fine.
Is that emotional manipulation? I like that.
Miss B is
Swell.
gonna go towards the caboose of the train because, like any old train, there should be like
But there's only one car
there
that we
should be
see,
like the
right?
back door or something, right? So like if you open up the back door, you're gonna have that little gated bit. So if someone has to jump off the platform to wherever this train is,
Miss B
right?
would be there to hold their hand.
Yes.
Catch their hand. Yeah, I see where your head's at.
You walk to the back. There is a door. As you walk in up the stairs to your right, it looks like there's a door. And to your left, as you walk to the back of that car, there looks like there's another door. And you went to the left, you walked to the back, but that door will not open at this time.
Oh, great. Well,
Yeah, so I'm sorry, real quick. Tracking, William saw a single train car. Okay, cool. Weird dimension bullshit. Got it. All right.
No, when he said right and left, he meant like toward the presumably front of the train and toward the presumably back of the train.
Yeah, but you don't know which way's front or back.
So that's probably why he called it right and left.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to the door and hold it open.
It does not open.
Even the one I entered.
You're in
with?
your own hell with old people and children.
Yeah, I know. No, you need to stand in the side door that you entered through. That's what you need to be doing.
That's what
That's
I
what
want
she's
to
saying.
do.
Oh, the
She
door.
wants to go to the main entrance
okay.
that she got on
Yes.
from and hold that door open.
Yes.
So
I didn't understand.
currently
that.
no one's
So-
running in,
Cool.
but you're there, waiting patiently. Now, Lucian,
Mm-hmm.
what are we doing?
Beltor has ran.
I presume, I know with D&D, there's turns and everything, but I feel like she would start to run with him, right? Like, it's a little ambiguous and...
Yeah, and
How
60,
turns work,
at this point, we are not counting you have to take your turns. You're
Cinematic
running
combat
up the
at this
hill.
point. Yeah.
How Fog Cloud, is that
the hill.
concentration?
Yeah, absolutely. Fog cloud. Yeah.
Okay, it begins to dissipate.
Why,
In the concentration? Haven't you broken concentration? Or do you...
bro? I got an hour.
but doesn't you have to do a check?
Write it in the book.
Only if
For
he
what?
takes damage.
Oh, okay.
I'm safe in the train. The warmness
Yeah,
of the
he's
train.
able
with
to-
all
he's able
this
to cut
gas.
his
He's already got
concentrate,
coffee
yeah.
from some old, like a hot chocolate
Yeah.
from some old person. Extra marshmallows, please.
Yeah, I just take it off of somebody's tray, like a waiter's going by. It's like, yoink, it's mine now.
So Lucian's just gonna shout, "Breeze! Scopes down!" and then cast Channel Divinity and make a big boom, flash of light on those guys, brightness and pain, and then dip.
I think... Oh, and Miss B, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Summer could be there leading them up the path to make sure to go over any oil that's left and just be like, here's the clear path, take it, you dummies.
Summer is weaving back and forth. Lucian is jumping in the spots, and I think he's caught up to Beltol, and it almost gives that sound like follow my prints. And as they're jumping through, stones are falling all around, left and right. The stone giants are still there.
Any sign of breeze?
No sign of breeze currently. You make it up inside the door, and a stone lands right behind you into the main room, closing off the door. And you've all made it into the train.
well,
area.
Lucian's gonna look around. Where's Breeze?
William's gonna talk to Breeze mentally if he's within 50 feet of me. I would be able to tell.
Yes.
Mission accomplished, Breeze. Everybody's here. If you just want to join in here, Lucian is losing his cookies. So if you want to just show up.
Okay, my friend's in danger, but it's fine.
Are you guys all on this the first translucent blue train that is there? Made your way up?
Lucian is not on the train if Breeze is not on the train.
Okay. William is on the train. So when you send that message, you hear a ding, and if you're sitting,
Your call cannot be completed.
please. The caller has not set up their voicemail. You
Breeze is
see
gonna swing in through the fucking window.
the door that Miss B tried to open earlier. If you walk up the stairs, this main door, and left all the way down, it opens, and he says, "What took you guys so long?"
Breeze is on the train, Lucian. Let's go.
Okay, I hop on.
Balthol, I feel, is gonna lightly be shoving Lucian toward the train.
Lucian looks back at you incredulously as he casts Cure Wounds. You mind your blood before you tell me where to walk. Fucking- Yeah, with your bullshit.
All right, so you've all made it onto this train, and Bree says, All right, I need you guys to keep your voices low. I need you to keep your eyes forward, and I need you to follow me, and don't let go. And so then he turns and he puts one hand back. And
to get somebody's hand?
Yes. So I don't know who the next person is behind him.
It's gotta be Miss B, right?
I assume it's Miss B.
All right, perfect. So while Miss B takes his hand and like William's the next person in line, you see William like looking between like this plate of like fucking pastries that he has found and his hot chocolate. And then he puts down the pastries and takes her hand. Then he realizes he's gonna have to hold somebody else's hand. He drinks his hot chocolate and puts it down and takes the next person in line.
Then who's up?
I'll hold somebody's hand. Is that what I'm doing?
Yep.
Yeah, you're holding my hand. Hold my hand.
Can I hold Miss B's hand instead?
Nope.
Can Miss B hold two hands?
Can I request
you
an
know
order?
when you split your fingers?
She has to hold Lucian.
Can I request an
She has to
order?
hold Breeze.
I think it's Breeze, Lucian, Miss B, William, Beltol.
I think that's linking back to Breeze.
This is.
Yeah.
I want somebody out there to draw the oddest fucking shuffling of people in this audience. Where Breeze is like hand out, and just Lucian goes, "No, I got it. Hold on, Miss B. Breeze?
Well, no, see, I was re-listening to episode 17, and at some point, I said, "I'll hold Miss B's hand. I won't hold yours." And I'm just channeling that energy still. I'm assuming that even though that has left me as a person, it hasn't left Lucian.
Breeze holds his hand out, and Lucian just like does a triple flip over like 4 different seats and tables to be the one to
Runs
grab
the
it.
sidewall run. Kicks it.
Rests his chin on his hand as he holds it.
Judy chops a kid to get there. All right.
I just scared the shit out of my dog doing that. He like leaped out of his fucking dog bed.
So he has all your hands. The door in front of him is open. It's like a black color. You can't see into the next train. And he looks back at Lucian and he says, "Got a little more training we're about to go into." And that's where we'll end the episode.
That's it. Lucian takes his shirt off. He grabs the oil.
Oh, the train! It's not that kind of train, Lucian.
No,
Prove it.
not again. Boy, put your clothes back.
Is that we train?
Now I know where all this oil
Reminded me
came
my shirt's
from.
off and I'm all oiled up. I'm too slickery.
I thought you were
Hey, if
talking.
you want to support this fucking stupid ass show, go to store.lawfulstupid.org. You can pick yourself up stickers, t-shirts. You can get a Lawful Stupid safety mask or whatever they're calling it these days, anti-COVID mask, whatever the hell they are. Anti-people juices mask.
Face cloth. Face cloth.
Yeah, face cloth.
Face paint.
I'm kind of into anti-people juices.
Well, I mean, with all the oil going around in this episode, you're going to need something to protect you.
Anti-Lucian body oil.
So again, store.lawfulstupid.org.
It's scented. It's banana boat, bro.
With what? Innocence?
Lavender.
Oh, now I'm in. Before I wasn't.
If you want to tell us what scent it is for the oil, because it was Miss B's oil before it became Lucian's project.
No,
you,
this is
join
a
us-
very different oil. This is the Lucian
That's
Breeze training oil.
Lucian's nut oil.
Wait a minute.
You should join us at discord.lawfulstupid.org and tell us all about it. I want to know. You could even tell us in the room where Devin's not allowed to see anything. That's also
Whatever.
fine. It'd be most interesting.
My goal every episode is just to break Avon. Check. Do we get all the things?
We haven't rolled for humanity yet, but I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't know what month it is, Devin. Can you tell me what month it is, Devin?
If you'll give me just a second, I can tell you exactly what month it is. And people are like, "Bro, it's."
It shouldn't take that
it's-
long.
I'm listening to it right now.
We're talking about a future month.
It's June.
I thought it was July.
I think it is July.
I think
It's the
I
secret.
think you're right, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you.
You know what July is, huh?
I don't know. You get to pick a new one. Oh no, I lied. Episode 20. This is the last one for June. It is still.
You said the last one for June. This is episode 21, first of all.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's a new month.
Okay, yeah, it's for sure July. You've been saying it's the last one in June for 3 weeks now.
Dude,
I'm positive.
Okay, let's do this. If you realize before this episode that we've been calling it June for like 6 months, let me know. Just hit me up in my DMs and.
No, you've corrected yourself every time, but you keep saying it and it's fucking me up.
It's July. It's July.
It is the first episode of July.
July 5th.
He's just decided to have like a second June. It's fine.
July.
June 2, Electric Boogaloo. Man, what's our charity, huh? Have we given to Dots this
We
year?
have not.
I don't think we
Not that I
have.
know of.
Dots RPG. Real cool folks. They make like game books and dice that are like Braille for those who are sight impaired, and like really try to make sure that they can become just as immersed as you or me. And it's really cool the way that they bring them into this community in a way that would have been very difficult for them otherwise. So we love and support them every time that we get a chance, and we will roll for them now for our Roll for Humanity, and it is it's a 4, but hey man, 3 more rolls. So big love, Dots RPG. I rolled a 4 for them. Who'd you roll for? What'd you get? Tell me, or I hate you.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, fuck,
mean it.
that's where
You
we're
mean
at. Nobody's been telling me. How many weeks have I been saying, tell me what you rolled? Tell me what you rolled. Nobody's told me shit, and I'm very easy to get a hold of.
69.
I rolled a 69.
How'd you
Oh,
roll
nice.
69 out of 20?
Well, it's 420s. Because it's over the month, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, hell yeah.
June.
So roll it. It's an awesome way to end your game. It really is. Like, you spend your time, you sit down at the table, you pretend to be heroes for 3 or 4 hours, and then you go, fuck, man, I still want to feel that way even though the D&D's over. Well, be a hero in real life to some vision impaired folks who just want to play D&D like you. Roll a D20. You can split it up between your whole party. You don't even have to carry the bill yourself. You can be like, hey, this is the thing we do together. Roll it and do it. It'll be fun. It will make, not only will it make your game better, it'll make you look forward to game night even more each week. I promise you it's done it for me. Tell me what you rolled, or I hate
Where can they tell you? Maybe they just don't know where. Where can they tell you?
I've said it. You can get at me at christophshindo@gmail.com. The crew at lawfulstupid.org. You can hit me up on Discord. You can hit me up in the comments on any or review that you leave on iTunes, or the comments on any podcast that you listen to. You can throw that in the comments. Be like, hey, I rolled this, and you can all kind of share that. Do that. You can, if you become a Patreon, you can send messages to the whole group, and that's a bunch of people who know what Roll for Humanity is and love it. Share your group in the Patreon message and be like, hey guys, I did this. What did you do? It'd be cool.
No excuses.
You'd enjoy it.
And I will end with a good news story. You guys ready for this? Some good stuff going on in the world.
I'm ready to make it
I
unpleasant.
know.
For everyone.
And this is, I always actually just kind of pick them based on what I think you guys might say. Here's
Sounds
one.
fun.
Childhood sweethearts marry in real life version of The Notebook. Reunited after 22 years. I don't know if you guys want some details, because I after reading, I'm very intrigued.
I mean, Dwayne, do you have enough to work off with that? I think I do. I think maybe the vagary helps me.
Yeah, you said they were reunited after 22 years.
Yeah, so it looks like they went to high school. He proposed with an engagement ring he gave her when they were 15. They fell in love. I don't know what split them up. Their parents were too young.
No, I got this.
It was the war.
Nope, got this. Okay. So high school sweethearts, 22 years apart. Got it. All right, cool. So they meet up, and when they get back together, the guy's first words were, "I waited at that tree for 22 years. You never showed up."
Pretty
There
gnarly.
you go.
And I also, I usually have like a formula for this where I start out kind of slow and I do like leading statements, and I then build up to kind of a froth, and I go, I got sheeple. I'm not going to do that.
It's like when you come on to me. Yeah, I got it.
She died 22 years ago. Homie's fucking a ghost. I don't know what to tell you. She died. They were separated 22 years ago when she died, and homie is fucking a ghost. The end.
Well, hold on. I revised my bad story with that. It's not fucking a ghost. He's fucking a body. He has preserved it for 22 years.
That's Dwayne's version. In my version, his
He was a
twin
murderer.
brother Abel, who's not a necrophiliac fucks the ghost, while his twin brother Kane does fuck a corpse. That's kind of fucked up.
Avon, how are you gonna recover?
What if this is just some fucked up story of a Tuck Everlasting? You guys know that one?
Oh, gosh.
I know that one.
It's like the reverse evil.
Yeah. It's the one where he fucked a corpse, right? Pansy Dan, the corpse fucking man. This is
full
the
circle
true
now.
hero of Tuck Everlasting. My favorite book growing up.
I hated that book growing up.
Everyone did. It was so miserable. And then fucking, I always remember they had like a from the movie cover on that book on the mass market paperback. And looking at the guy who was Tuck, I was like, that's just Binks from fucking what's the Halloween movie?
Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
Hocus Pocus. That's just Binks from Hocus Pocus. Don't lie to me. That's Binks in the field. I know him when I see him. And it's like, no, that's Tuck. Don't fucking lie to me. I know that cat man when I fucking see him.
Well, that's what we have to give to you today, guys. We thank you for listening.
Sorry.
And,
Sorry for listening.
whatever. Like we always say, we love you.
I love you.
Bye.
See you at the way. Kevin, I don't see you waving.
Sorry, Ginge, for more work, but hey guys, it's Abon. As a fun surprise in this good year of 2021, for the month of June only, we have limited edition Lawful Stupid Pride shirts and stickers available in our store. So go and check it out at store.lawfulstupid.org. It has Lucian, Miss B, and William with cute little rainbow hearts and flags. So you should go get them before they're gone. Okay, love you. Bye.
All right, listen up. We were paid well to tell you about The Homebrew, a D&D Play podcast. But what they did not require me to say, and that I feel very comfortable saying, is that one day, Wizards of the Coast is going to come crawl into this podcast, and they're going to ask them to rep the brand. And you can say bye-bye to your beloved Matt Mercer, everyone, and say hello to the new and the improved Grant Milkey, DM of The Homebrew, a D&D Play podcast. But in all seriousness, these guys put out a great product, and we know you'll want to give them a shot. All the links for The Homebrew, a D&D Play podcast, are in today's episode show notes. Go check them out. And now, back to our post-episode antics, or as it's colloquially known, the part where you stop listening.